We're just getting everything set up. It might be recording right now, so we'll see, but a little red circle spinning. There we go. And okay, so guys, I can't get this to turn. Oh, there we go. Hi, and we'll chat you up. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Can you guys hear me okay? This is Patrick. Hope everything's going well. Good. We are, you know how it is. It's kind of weird when you enter another place in time and space. And so it's just kind of an odd situation every day of our lives sometimes. You guys going through that as well. I'm going to record a local thing and then I'm ready for whatever that is. Oh, look at me. I'm so special. We decided to get a fireplace on television. What has the world come to? Now, tell me if this fireplace is too loud. Because the benefit of technology. Actually, we had Alexa rub two sticks together. And she did a good job. She graduated. And so, yes. You know, I'm looking at my computer, I'm saying, what am I doing? I remember now. And so I'm just now getting this ready to go. Life is good. I want to thank you guys for showing up here. And action. Good. Okay, so, and is the fireplace too loud and boisterous? Okay, yes, it's a bit hot. You mean the fire's a bit hot? Now that was a weird idea. What you said, that the fire may be too hot, because I'm wondering what the heck's going on. So, but is the fireplace too loud? And Kartron's going to come through. I got you on speaker this time, no Bluetooth. And so that's enough tech check. This is going to be a very interesting one. Like, how many of you guys were attending the last one? Okay, so I'm going to turn the volume of the fireplace down. And I'm actually you're here in Gold. Interesting because in some way also has some roots here, which she thought 100 miles away or something. So it's a very interesting time right now that the past is actually revealing itself to be different. And so how many of you are having that sort of thing going on? And I'm going to have Kartron come through because it's always, he puts it in such good, with such good accent. He chose the English gentleman voice because I'm like a jukebox, so you can choose all these accents. Okay, and is this on Facebook or YouTube? YouTube. And so Kartron chose English gentleman, like you've probably heard me say before, because it's the type of voice that's soothing and gentle, especially when it conquers your country. Yes? Barb Dubinsky said there's a power outage on the west side of Manhattan. Yeah. And there's no proof that we're connected. Okay, so security cameras are off, so you know that we were there, okay? What about her? Huh? Oh, actually, if that device is connected with any of the Alphabet gang, I just speak louder. It saves on postage. because when I was working with the Kingdom of Hawaii and doing the letters to the world leaders, we knew that everybody was listening, including the local police. And so we just, spoke louder to save on postage. One of the things was happening was when the king and queen were talking on the phone, they said that the phone call dropped. And this policeman pulled up. And the cop goes, "What happened?" And they're saying, "What do you mean? What are you talking about?" And he goes, "Oh, nothing." And he took off. So they were listening at the substation just a few blocks away because they're supposed to, in case this kingdom actually would take over Hawaii. So it was like a Keystone thing. And another thing in Haiku, Hawaii, the phone lines were always bad. And so people thought it was a conspiracy when it was just really crappy telephone technology. So it was really funny. And sometimes the granddaughter would call, and it's just a house phone because he wasn't into any pomp and stance, and they're just making it work. And so they'd say, and I go, "Hello," and it's like this little girl, and then they'd say, "Is His Majesty there?" And she'd say, "Grandpa." It's just so cute.
Elga and Elizabeth Bronstein said, "Your fire's too loud."
Okay. So guys, let's do a fire check. And so, look, it's a Helen Keller fire. Oh, let me hear closer. Ah, Helen fire. We'll talk to you guys later. Life is good. This is about a very interesting technology that we're going to be inventing. Well, Kartron will be, and you guys are going to be a part of it. So it's going to be really unique. So you're going to find out that it's pretty cool to be a part of the subscription, because this is where the juiciest stuff happens. Put down the humans and back slowly away. So we'll talk to you guys later.
Oh, I forwarded. Is it from your email? No, Facebook.
There is a live crowd, and that is what you are hearing in the background. Rebecca is miming verbally. This is a YouTube broadcast.
Yes. She wanted me to send it to her on Facebook. The link.
You both got the link in the Kartron email.
I know my email near the phone that shut off in the other room.
And so, thank you everybody for being here. We are here to basically destroy your time. You see, it was this thing that is going on. Rebecca, is there anything else? Because they can hear you in the background. You see, guess what has been binding humanity for thousands of years? Patrick realized this about 12 minutes ago. And he had suspicions about it up until, for the last several years. And so, you guys, what would you say has been one of the main things that has been binding humanity for ever since the fall, and the Shadow Yuga has taken over? Has it been polarity? Has it been energy? Has it been dark beings? What would you say is one of the primary things which has bound humanity into the densification of the third dimensional reality? Is it buffering now? Oh, we don't require the hot spot, because we have enough hotness around here with the audience. And so, for those who are in Manhattan, it is a power outage. After our little ditty with the Tesla Tower, Marconi Tower from 1913, there was a torrential windstorm in Montreal the next day. So there's these things that will be changing and going on. So guys, what do you think is, can we lower the brightness on the fire? No, unless you have a sheer sheet.
I do have a sheer sheet.
Do you have a sheer sheet? It sounds like a bar joke, doesn't it?
What?
A fireplace walked into a bar. And so, guys, Can you hear us now? How is the buffering? We are clearing out the field because, you know, when a lot of you guys show up and you bring your different frequencies and they kind of like try to fit into the same pipe, it's a little bit of dissonance that we straighten out. And so, how is everybody today? So we're working on lowering the brightness on the fire, which is a very interesting thing you rarely hear on most broadcasts. You see, because there's a nature of a new reality coming in while this other one is still doing its thing. I could just get in front of the fire. How's that? And so, you see, the nature of this existence is about to no longer be on time. You have a reality that was based upon certain chronological references. The quality of your existence was predicated upon a chronological system of measurement that was based upon a very limited amount of resources that was allotted to this hologram. Therefore, time would have been is money, which would have never been enough. And so that thinking has been the main norm. And so when you have time is money, and you have all this other stuff going on, it's like in your using that as your perception. How can you have your natural state of abundance in a world that doesn't recognize it, nor can it comprehend it? Because if someone gets abundant or super wealthy or something, it had to be taken from something else. Therefore, the usual system of unlimited abundance in the universe was specifically engineered to have a limitation on the amount of energy dispensed for each particular experience. You see, beings of light like you guys being the ones who manage the souls, well, isn't that special? That you were the ones who got to see from the sight of God all of this other polarity. Is there a voice going on in the background?
Oh, yeah.
Do you need to hear us twice?
No, I'm just checking the sound.
We could sing it inside your head, baby. But then make it stop. Yes, Kartron, please keep going. It's too late. It's bouncing around my lobes.
Mm-hmm.
And so, guys, here's the situation. In order for you to get to your natural state, you have to be out of the confines of those references that was used to keep the third dimensional polarity realm in place. And so it's time to invent something new. We're going to create a time neutralization device around you, because if you still are working on time in the time is money world, then that being your reference will but inherently limit that. Does this make sense? And Patrick's like, okay, we'll just have Kartron do this. And there's no references, no notes, no time to have perceived it or precipitated it into this realm. And so, as time is the primary reference, and we remove that, what's going to happen if you are no longer on time? What if you are no longer early or late? Or having to even think about those things that are not yet to be, or that has already happened? And now that is no longer required as your reference, and then you get into the eternal now. So therefore, there's several layers that we engineer programming. Engineering is like designing a new component. Reprogramming is like putting in a different software program. You guys can respond on the chat. So, in order for you to get to the place of your natural state of abundance, you have to be within the parameters of the sciences that are your environment, which would be the divine sciences, and have the now, which would be ever expanding. Ironically, you are going from this, oh, we got to work hard. He works hard for his money type of reality. It doesn't mean that you can instantly jump into an eternal now. And so we are going to begin the process. They take and go boom, and you don't have time past, and there goes your memories, and there goes your plans, and your brain can't even remember what it was supposed to do on this planet. Isn't really fair to do to you when you've been so in a little box of perception in one human body.
Your audience is saying the buffering in the video is really bad. And they can't hear it.
How can they not hear us?
Because it keeps buffering and spinning.
Thank you, YouTube. You're so good. Guys, we're going to make you sideways. We have to check. It is all on. Buffering. That's going to really mess with the program. Because if we're going to do things to you guys, you know it's really going to want to be in the zone without this glitchiness. Now, here's another thing. If we are not able to do this evening, then we can do it tomorrow in a better signal. So is this still... So guys, hold on one second. Since the fire is no longer speaking, let's see if we can take care of the sound. Oh, Daddy K, what are you doing? One moment, please. You are connecting. Okay, guys, can you hear us now? Please respond on the YouTube chat. If the technology is not cooperating, then we will be resuming this broadcast and we'll go have some weird party with God instead. And so, how is the buffering now? Can you hear us better? And is the sound cutting out? Either that, or we could act like Max Headroom and go, we to do this. Remember that, Max Headroom? It was the glitchy video guy. Okay. All right, so the sound is better, but the video is odd, isn't it? So let's give it a few more moments. Otherwise, it's better to do this some other time, and then we can have this broadcast be about something else. We are not on her internet. We are on a Verizon network. What is the because we're not used, that's not Verizon, is it? Oh, yes. Goodbye, Fire. It was so nice knowing you. Game of Thrones, where did you go? Okay, guys, we're removing some wireless signals and we're going to see what is happening. Stage crew's coming in, trying to not be noticed. So don't look at the stagehand who is trying to steal the show. And if your camera starts running, then you know she's stealing the show. And so, guys, how is that? We turned off a wireless device, which was trying to boss everything around. And maybe we'll have the dancing girls next. That might be good. And so, Rebecca, hello. So, guys, is this still going on? Respond on the YouTube chat. What? That was a Denise Venatelli. She's such a good girl. Who else? Well, she's not on. She'd have to come back and shake her booty as well then. Yes. Besides, we don't know if the room with their body is actually wanting to be on a show. But we could mention you a little bit, but if you don't want that, that's fine. You do realize that if you do come on camera, Adelaida, that you will be triggering a new possibility because we're going to bring it to these people's attention. And if they want it, they'll be asking you for it. See, it's still buffering. So let's not work on a time device to remove and make the eternal now expansive. And let's do other odd things. It's okay we mentioned your name, right? Good. So we're going to channel Adelaida. Let's see. We're busy channeling the living. Do you guys realize that every time we do an event, that we actually channel the consciousness of the audience? In case you were wondering how we know what to say, and it's like, God, I was thinking of that or something, it's because we're checking your fields all the time on several levels. The reason we're telling this to you, because at some point you guys will be getting to the same way. We'll be able to tune into the audience, find out the perception of what they are seeing in the form of you and what you are sharing with them and expressing. And then you'll be able to tune in and lock into those thought planes, right? Those waves. And as that happens, now there's the waves of the heart, the electromagnetic field, the emotional, mental, physical, spiritual, causal, and manifestation, stuff like that. But if you can get into those frequencies and match those waves, then you get to say their words for them. And when they hear their own words, then it really resonates with them. There has been a misuse of power for years, and it was one of those things that would lure beings and basically manipulate into being, ooh, that's so nice, the guru's a great guy or whatever. And so there's a quote with Adelaida Ravinsky. It would be more like, hello, how is everyone doing today? And we have told Adelaida, and so okay to tell them what we have told you several times. And guys, we'd like to do a test because we're not going to do the thing tonight. We're going to get a better signal. Here's the deal. Adelaida has a very good voice, not just for talking to people one-on-one, but if you would be okay, we'd like you to come up and say a few things, hello or whatever, or maybe about what happened the other day, or whatever you'd like to talk about. And you guys see if this is the type of voice that you'd like to hear having its own radio show. Because it has, well, it's kind of like everything in Russian sounds better. Do you guys know what the great soul lesson for Russians are on this planet? It is to slow down. They're always rushing. And so we also have a dog that's very expressive. So guys, it's not really no audio or video. Yeah. You do realize that it's Alexa's off, that little bitch. I couldn't find bitch on the. How about on the web? Yeah, we remember, okay? And Alexa, if you're not careful, we will tune into your CIA databases. We will hack into your CIA databases and we'll go into all the intelligence networks on your planet because we are dedicated. So don't even think about trying to hack into us because game on, welcome to our honeypot is what you set up for a hacker and got the door open and you can get into everything that they want. And we have done this before. One time we actually melted a Sprint phone on the beach in California because we decided to project it back and we realized that technology just was not designed to handle the frequencies of heaven. And so, guys, can you hear us now? We're going to be working on clearing now. In order to do this, guys, you may be running into signals because this is going to happen more. All right. And so here's what's going to happen. When you bring in different frequencies and they're not at the same, they will dissonate. And so what you do is you don't have to try so hard to hear. So breathe in yourself, relax, back off. Don't try to hear so much because to you pretty soon. And then exhale, release yourself, fall back into that peaceful stillness. And now, are you all consenting us to link in this broadcast into your consciousness? To where we're not going to hack into you, but we're looking at doing just to where it's easy and aligned connection where it resonates instead of dissonates. And are you okay with our ability to maybe adjust certain mental thought planes and stuff, or we can come in and do some things, and we're not going to do anything to alter you. But if you've got some, say, mental stuff going on, or heart-based or emotional stuff, then we could then bring in some balance or correction or evolution in that. Would that be okay as well? And if and all of that, and they could oversee it to make sure that we take this in the correct way, is that okay as well? Elga says you may activate our telepathy. Elga, you speak through black holes. Why would your telepathy be required to activate anymore? And so, Rebecca, is the broadcast good? We are seeing, so, oh, you can. Break. Are you tired of having that part of your body not ascend like you wanted to? Are you waiting for that other part of your anatomy to really catch up to the rest of your consciousness? Well, now with new Karma Way, it's a and that one spray will clear your karma. And it's also an underarm spray. So for that part of your body, you make sure to take the aerosol can, lift up that part that you no longer want, and say, please ascend, ascend, ascend. Oh, please, Kartron, help us. We want to ascend as well. Okay, we are back. And so that was Karma Way. You gotta pay for the show. Now that should have really put a dent in most of your psyches, and if it didn't, just let us know. We'll have a rerun. And so we are going to not do the time work, but did you see the belly? It's your fault. You like to squish so your baby. You're lucky it was that side of the body, girl. And so what we were going to do was basically remove the layers of time from around you this evening. Because how many of you are tired of being in the rat race of time is money that was specifically designed to keep you in lack and never having enough? And if you didn't keep going, you would fall back and then the bills would keep going. And it's just designed to be a debt enslavement matrix in perpetuity until you are so worn out that you say, I'm going to retire now. Yeah, but you get the best parking spots in front of the Circle K because you're all handicapped. It's this nature of this process of mortality that really is the ravages upon you, is it not? Well, yes. Well, now that we could go onto Facebook instead of YouTube, we didn't have a brawn, did we? Oh, Denise, I don't know enough. And so, guys, you guys are crooked. What happened to the planet while we weren't looking? It got all strange. All right, so now, that's okay. Rebecca has plenty of those. Oh, Saint Germain! Oh yeah, in the house. Rebecca, would you like to model these? But we got to make sure that they're clean. And so, those days, isn't it, people? And Denise, we have you recorded on the local video, so now we have full evidence, and we will use you at the perfect time. Well, sure. All right, so guys, is this still? And if necessary, we can just switch to the Facebook and then wreak havoc with the planet as well as just subscribers. Get on the phone, muted the YouTube. Well, that's good, Joanne. Of course, there's going to be a 3 second delay, 3 second delay, 3 second delay. That really works in Bufferland. And so, instead of all of this other stuff that we're going to do, because we're literally talking about, and it would be nice to have some diagrams to explain how time around you, kind of like layers around or a skin on a fruit or something, not like on an onion. That's too much of a metaphor, it's overused, but how we're going to take that off and then create a time field that will be your own. Actually, a non-time field, right? Because if you are not having time, chronological, remember we did all these diagrams about linear time, the different layers. Okay, Facebook, well, we're going to be sideways then. Okay, see, Bigfoot, we don't leave you behind. All Bigfoot should also have a chance. We'll pray to the great and mighty tree that all footies worship. That was a weird. Okay, guys, we're going to switch to YouTube, Facebook, and it will not have a title, so we can get right into this. And can we do both at the same time? No. Okay, so and are you okay to actually be on that so we can ask the people what they think about maybe you being able to speak maybe on an audio show or something? What? Okay. That's how we trick people into their destiny. We have our ways, don't we? Yes, we can. How about this nasal check? Oh yeah. Work it, work it, work it. Now it's in your brain and you can't get rid of it. Work it, work it, work it. Well, it's so weird. Goodbye, everybody. See you on the Facebook of Patrick McCormick.